Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to try something different. We got Big Norm in the house. Welcome back, dude. He's been here a while back.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Here's what we're going to do today.
Okay.
Instead of just doing the old-fashioned, we're going to read you a headline, and then we're just going to talk shit about it. I'm going to read you a headline. You got to guess whether it's real or not. You can ask me questions, try to break me. I'm going to play kind of good cop, bad cop.
All right.
And then you got 3 minutes to ask me questions, and then we're going to reveal whether or not it's true.
Okay.
You ready to get into it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
First headline I got here. Man shot his doctor after he made him come during a prostate exam.
Okay. First and foremost, did he shoot him in that moment? Like he came and motherfucker,
pulled
reaction?
out, yeah, he pulled out his gun, shot him in the chest twice.
In the chest twice.
Doctor survived.
Doctor survives.
Lived to tell the tale.
So hold on. Now, this man just had his gun on him while he was getting his because
it's Florida.
Normally you put that shit on your freaking waist, so you got to pull your pants down.
I feel like because the thing is this guy's super homophobic. They interviewed his girlfriend after because this guy's on the run now. They're like, this guy's on the run. We don't know where he is. They got a hold of his girlfriend, and she's like, yeah, he's really homophobic. We always knew that, but to shoot his doctor, we never thought that. So I feel like because he's super homophobic, he didn't fully take his pants off. He just maybe did the old just flip the butt cheeks out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the waistband's still there. It didn't explain that. I don't know.
Yeah, but so you're saying this happened in Florida?
Yeah.
See, this is something that would happen in Florida. That's the thing. And the doctor survived?
Yeah, 2 shots to the chest. Lived to tell the tale.
So you got two shots busted right in his chest.
Yeah, Jacksonville,
After
Florida.
Dude busted a couple nuts.
Yeah.
He busted 2 shots.
Yeah.
That was the recoil. That was just like the knee-jerk reaction to
a few
him.
puns in there.
I would like to say just
reaction.
because it was in Florida, that's a strong clue.
This just happened
strong
August 22nd. Milo Johansson.
Milo Johansson.
Yeah, 56-year-old man from Florida.
Milo Johansson just realized he was gay and couldn't handle it, so he shot his doctor for making him realize that he was.
This quote ends me. I'm going to read you this quote real quick. His 29-year-old girlfriend said he called her and said, "Hasta la vista," and she never heard from him. And then she said, he hated homosexuals. I know that, but the shooting, I never thought he'd take it that far.
Well, apparently this is something that happens during prostate exams. It can happen.
Yeah, the doctor said after when he was talking to the news, men come all the time during prostate exams. It happens.
Really?
It's natural, yeah.
So have you ever had a prostate exam?
I have.
And did you not?
I actually did not.
Well, did you feel uncomfortable?
I fucking got hard immediately.
See, this is what's crazy because
it was insane. I was like, this is actually happens. And then he pulled his finger out, and then there was just lube pouring out of my asshole.
Yeah.
And he just was like, all right, you're good. Couple slaps on the cheek and then walked out. And I was like, this is how women feel?
That's how I felt.
I was like, this is terrible.
I felt so violated.
In a room with no artwork. Just
facing the wall in fetal position, just looking at
in lazy doggy.
Dude, and here's the word. Okay. We'll get back to
thought, though.
My doctor, my family doctor, I went to church with my whole entire life. And she's friends with my mother, so to have her just shove 2 fingers right into she put 2, bro.
God damn.
She put 2 and pulled it out, and I just,
Yeah.
She didn't give me the countdown.
No.
She was just checking, and I was like, dude, I laid there for 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't know how to feel.
No foreplay.
Nothing. So
just in and out. They take it out quicker than they put it in too.
Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't get hard.
I didn't know I
didn't do none of those things. There you go. So
you got when did you get your prostate check?
This was last year, actually. It was last year.
Yeah.
Have you been to church with her since?
Yeah, I see her at church all the whenever I drop off my mom, hi doc, and she'll be like, hi, and just put up those 2 fingers. What the hell?
You gotta shake her hand every time you see her now.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, what blows my mind is that she knows what 80% of the church members' asshole looks like.
Yeah.
Like she can look at your face and be like, I also know what your bumhole looks like. You know what I mean?
That's such a cool thing to know about people.
Is it?
What their asshole looks
It's like, oh yeah, there's 2 moles that surround your asshole that like moons around Saturn. Like, it's crazy.
I feel like there's a lot. You can know a lot about a person just by knowing what their butthole looks and feels like. You know?
You know, they say, well, Asians or people in the East think Western folks have dark ass crevices because we wipe instead of using bidets and waters and whatnot. So they think we're just smearing our I mean, technically we are smearing our shit between our crevice till it's clean.
Yeah.
And to them, they're like, yeah, you're pretty much just every time you wipe, you're painting your ass crack darker and darker and darker.
And then over time,
you just get it darker. And that's why North Americans bleach their assholes. Whereas
or is it like we're just eroding that skin and we're just peeling back layers? And the layers underneath our skin actually get darker and darker.
Yeah. Until we come.
Yeah.
All right. Real or fake?
I'm going to say real.
That story's fake.
Oh, I knew it was fake, but I
story.
wanted it to be
but you know
real.
what's crazy? That's a real article, and then it got debunked after and proven fake. So it's actually fake news. Some like The Onion type.
Well, it sounded oniony.
Yeah, it was from the Bach.
Okay.
I never heard of them. I think it's like another Bach Daily. It's like another type of...
It was the Hasta La Vista part that I was like, yeah, that's onion news right there. That screams onion all over it.
I was nervous to say that part because I was like, that could be what gives it away.
But I only suggest because normally it's the curveball that comes first and not the dude after his fingers.
That sounds like a real story, though.
It does.
Like a Florida man shoots someone in the chest because he came during a prostate exam.
Yeah. I think... I mean,
I thought that's why you got prostate exams. It's just
to find out your sexuality.
It's been 7 visits, and I'm like, I still don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Come on, doc. You gotta fill me in, man. Oh man. Okay, what's the next one? What else you got? What else you got?
Let's get it going.
I like these.
Okay, next one reads: this family was told they had to change their son's name Skywalker or seek Disney's approval because they couldn't write a passport for him. So they went to get their son a passport, and the office wouldn't do it because they're like, Disney owns the copyright to your son's name, Skywalker. His middle name's Skywalker. His full name is Loki Skywalker Mowbray.
Loki?
So they doubled down. They went Loki Skywalker, 2 Disney names.
Loki Skywalker Mowbray.
Mowbray, yeah. Comes from a military family. He's a good kid.
Mowbray.
Strong family values.
Loki Skywalker? Yo, but Loki still? Loki Skywalker is a strong name still. But Mowbray as the last name.
I believe it's a British family. They wanted to go on a trip to the Dominican, and they had to get their son a passport.
How old is their son? It was a baby.
He's got to be young.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's like 6 to 8 year old range, something like that.
They already gave him his name, so later on, just because they wanted to go on vacation, they're like, let's change his name for the passport's sake.
I guess, yeah. They're like, I guess his birth certificate could have it, but passport you can't. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that ain't real. That shit, like, because listen, man, you could change your name to anything you want. When I was in Taiwan, I met this guy that because Chinese people, if they don't have an English name bestowed upon them from young, they get to choose it later on in life. Right, so this guy I met, he said his name was Abakid. I'm like, Abakid? What the hell where does that name come from? Why'd you choose that name? And he's like, oh, it's just very easy to remember. And I'm like, Abakid? How the fuck you spell that? And he goes, A-B-C-D. I'm like, oh, Abakid, I will never forget you for life.
Dude, okay.
And the fact that he chose that name leads me to believe like anybody can choose their name.
Bro, that's
so the fact
so
that they
funny,
weren't
bro.
allowed to choose Skywalker, I'm like, that's a lie. They would have been allowed to choose.
They told him they gotta change the name. That reminds me of another story. A buddy of mine's from London, Ontario, and he had 2 Chinese kids move to their school one year. They moved from Calgary, but they originally came from China.
Yeah.
They were born in Calgary, and 2 boys. Their parents decided to name them Carl and Gary.
Carl and Gary.
Yeah, from Calgary.
Wow.
That's sick.
That's something Filipinos would do, man. Oh, I guess that's my son Carl. This is my son Gary. Like Carl Gary. Oh my God. That is.
Oh my god.
I hope that's real too. All these things, as crazy as they sound, I want them all to be real.
But you're going fake with this one. You're
This
locking
one-
that in. You got 23 more seconds.
I'm locking. Okay, here's my next question. Did it happen? Did they get to change the name? Well, they what was the name before that?
That was the original name. That is the original name.
But
And then they said you either got to change it or seek permission from Disney, which I don't know how the fuck you're going to do that.
they got to change the name to be able to get.
Yeah, like get rid of Skywalker, pick a different middle name.
And then we'll give you your passport.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fake.
This is a true story, bro.
Fuck you, Walt.
This actually went down.
You motherfucker. What?
This
Owning
actually
names?
went down. Yeah. This went down.
Well, that's not Walt. That's George Lucas.
Yeah, George
a bit of
Lucas.
both.
Yeah.
Right.
But Disney's also been up to some sketchy shit. Did you hear
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
We talked about this story a couple weeks ago. Danny Martinell is actually our guest.
Yeah.
About the
Shout out to
Disney.
Danny.
You know the Disney lawsuit that just came out,
No.
where this guy's wife died in like a Disney restaurant,
Okay.
but then because he signed up for Disney Plus, somewhere in the terms and conditions, Disney found a loophole where like they can just write it off.
She
Like,
had an allergic reaction. They served her like food that she was allergic to, and she like said that she was allergic to it, and then she had an allergic reaction, died, and then he was going to sue Disney for it, and Disney was like, well, you signed up for Disney Plus, so you actually have to go through like a different process. You can't sue us.
That's like the South Park episode Coming to Life, where like you signed your life off in the terms and conditions.
What?
Yeah, bro. So that's why
Oh
this
my
story
God.
doesn't shock me.
That
'cause Disney
failed.
checks all their boxes, dude.
We should mention that
Yeah.
that argument that Disney put forward failed.
Yeah. Well, the irony in that is
but-
because they wanted to go through third-party arbitration because they wanted to avoid bad press, but by doing so gave them the worst press
The worst
possible.
press ever.
So then they pulled it out. They're like, fuck it, we'll just give you what you want.
Walt Disney
Yeah.
is. I mean, I knew they'd been corrupt from time, but
Yeah. He was a raging racist back in the day. Like, he was a bad guy. He hated blacks, Jews. Like, he made a lot of bad cartoons about them. Which is
Listen.
so funny because, like, of all, like, the woke remix, or all the woke remakes that Disney's doing now, I feel like his head's frozen. If they brought him back to life, that would be just the... Film that, dude. Like, that would be the best movie.
man.
Film him watching the live action Little Mermaid. Just his reaction to that.
I was like, "What?
He
Who's
would,
playing?
He would
Little
hate what
Mermaid?
Disney's become, dude. He would hate it, bro.
Who is this Chloe?
Yeah.
Is it Chloe or Haley? Which one was it?
That's a
For
good
what?
question.
Chloe or
For
Haley?
that played
Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid.
I don't know. I didn't fucking watch it. They're gonna watch that garbage?
What? You
No, I'm kidding.
Oh man,
Dude,
would it have been like crazier if they made her a different race? What if Ariel came out and she was like indigenous or something? You know, that would make more sense to me.
They should make a Tarzan remake, but it's a black guy living in the jungle.
And then Tyrone. No, no, joking.
That's the one remake you could bet on Disney not making.
They'll never do that.
It's Tarzan.
I love this.
man.
I Googled the live action Little Mermaid, and the first question under Google was, why did they make Ariel black? Like, Google's going to have the answer to that question.
I mean,
Oh my God.
Sebastian was a Trinidadian lobster. So,
That's true. That's true.
so if she was in the Caribbean,
Yeah. Sab was the goat. In that, she was in the Caribbean. That's true. Yeah.
they're in the. Caribbean.
That kind of makes more
Yeah.
sense. A ginger living in the Caribbean.
I mean, they kind of made Ursula black.
Wait, how? I'm trying to remember the movie.
No, actually, Ursula was like a fat white
Octopus
chick.
lady.
octopus lady. Yeah. Yeah, she looked kind of Greekish.
Is it wrong if you have like a strong female cartoon character that's like large to have them voiced by someone like Queen Latifah? Is that wrong?
Imagine like they'll have freaking Callista Flockhart do it. Like, skinny Ally McBeal. That's an old reference, folks. But like somebody's super skinny, be like, "Come on now." That'd be
the best-
crazy. That would be nuts. I think so. I don't know what'd be
Oh my
worse.
God. That's
That or like a skinny white girl doing it,
That's funny.
or if we're getting a fat black chick to do it.
That's awesome.
It'd be better if it was a dude doing it.
Yeah. Bring back men taking other people's roles.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It was Don DeLuise playing Ursula in The Little Mermaid.
All right, let's get going here on the next one.
All
So
right.
you're 0-2.
0-2.
0 for 2.
I'm not good at this game.
Third story we got here.
All right.
Vladimir Putin
Okay.
urges citizens to have sex during work breaks to address Russia's dire birth rate.
I like that. Fucking on company time?
It's your breaks. So are you getting paid though? Do you get paid during breaks? I haven't had a job in years.
I
so
feel
I don't
like
know how that works.
I feel breaks. It's paid break.
Paid break. Okay.
You have to. I think you're allotted 30 minutes at minimum if you're working 80 or 8 hours in a day. So, but then if you're encouraged to have sex in that 30-minute break, that's cool and all. But why wouldn't you just encourage that anywhere else in the day? Like, why does it have to be during your work break?
They're on a time crunch. They're trying to crank them out. They're encouraging people to start families at 19 because it means you're more likely to have a family of 4 to 5 kids by the time you're like 25 to 30.
But then what if people don't work together? Like, now that you're just encouraging work affairs. You know what I'm
You're just
saying?
encouraging awkward Mondays.
Yeah,
Like, that's all you're doing.
Like that gives a new definition to Hump Day Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, let's go. It's Hump Day this week. It's wear your jeans to work or wear your wife out. You know, like
your fucking work is sponsored by like Trojan now. Like
Yeah?
Hump Day Wednesday sponsored by Trojan.
see that if it's like if you can make some money off of it and make it an actual thing and it becomes this holiday, like take your
They're
kid
not
to,
encouraging
it's
like the coworkers
take your kid to work
like,
day.
Fuck though. Take your kid to work
It's
day.
not like take your like fuck your wife at work day. You know what I'm saying? I feel if that becomes a thing where it's a bit more like family oriented and it's not like
Family oriented.
and it's not just because it's about building the family and building the population and it's not like, all right, you must have sex during, I don't want it to feel like it's a chore. I want it to be like, hey, this is a holiday. This is the time of the year. Like, this is when we fuck at work. This is welcome. This is our new holiday.
It's like we're
Right?
a cool startup. We don't only have like bean bags and like
Ping
game
pong
cubes.
tables.
Ping pong tables. We have a fuck station.
See, everybody
Just a
has
ro-
napping rooms. We have fucking rooms. All right?
Fapping rooms.
Fapping.
You walk in, there's just a row of 12
man.
dildos on the wall.
And then what happens now when everybody is pregnant at work?
True.
Oh, they got
And
to
then
take
he's
time
got all
off.
this maternity leave.
Counterintuitive.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
then
true.
what? Who's going to be running the workforce? What's
Men.
going to end up happening is,
The way it should be.
yeah, I guess the motherfuckers, the undesirables that aren't.
Yeah.
The undesirable. Get a lot of
That-
ugly,
that no-
productive people.
Well, not just ugly, but just people that nobody wants to have kids with. You know. So,
Well, like-
or the people that don't want to have kids.
I think they're most so encouraging people to like go home during your break, fuck your wife, like a good fucking marriage, you should, and then go back to work.
This, you know what this says about what the Russian government thinks about Russian sex?
That's your time.
Is that
Continue
they
your thought.
can't handle fucking for 30 minutes, okay? Like they gotta go home, bang one, like, oh yeah, you'll only need 10 minutes, and then you can get back to work real quick.
Dude, I like having the idea of like, I feel like that's like as you get older, you have more of a schedule when it comes to fucking.
Yes.
Like imagine the wife at home. If I'm assuming she's at home, she could be at work. I don't know. They could be meeting up somewhere, or like the husband just like, at 12:15 every day,
Yeah.
you're getting the business.
I wonder if like
Well, women do that with their ovulation time schedules. Like, hurry up, I'm ovulating. You gotta nut me
Oh,
right now. You
yeah,
know, so that already
true.
happens. It's a thing.
I
That's
wonder if like because you know how like in some countries it's like a culture of like hotels where you go, like Japan has like love hotels
Yes.
where you go to like fuck in like a separate place. I wonder if like just some Russian oligarch just bought like a hotel chain and he was like, yo, Vlad, let's get this initiative going. So then like people meet up, they leave work for lunch, they go meet up at the love hotels.
We should see how many Russian government officials have invested in the latest hotel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you're getting onto something here.
Well, I'm gonna say true.
You're gonna say
I'm
true?
gonna say true.
It's your first one of the evening.
Hey,
That is true.
Russia.
That is a real thing.
Yes, that's like, you know what that is? That's a sexual siesta. Is what that is.
Yeah.
Sexual siesta.
It's a good band name.
Yeah.
That is
and we are Sexual Siesta.
It's a cool name until you really think about it. That's kind of creepy. Sexual siesta.
What does that name represent? It's fucking at work. That's it, baby.
Wait, you're doing what when everyone's passed out? Hang on a second.
Why'd you have to bring it there, man? It's so Bill Cosby like, man.
That's a good roast. Dude, that's so Bill Cosby of you.
Yeah.
Dude.
The Sexual
Oh my
Siesta.
So the reason why they want to do it...
Siesta.
Is that a song?
That's an R. Kelly song.
No, it isn't.
Actually, it's Fiesta.
Fiesta.
That's crazy.
That's so I love the memes coming out right now, like R. Kelly when he sees Diddy walking into the prison. And it's just Brady when he's like super excited in the courtroom to see someone walk in.
Yeah. Like,
before we move on to the next story, I do want to say, so this is a true story.
okay.
And it's because Russia's population is expected to decline by like 15 to 20 million by 2050. And they're putting like a big emphasis on like, if we want to be a powerful country, we need to crank out babies, which I never understood that logic. Because if you're forcing people that aren't meant to have kids, like a lot of idiots, people that aren't fit to be parents and stuff like that, just by having quantity doesn't mean it's going to be quality.
Yeah.
Like a large number of people, like,
Right.
does it still make you a powerhouse if they're all just idiots?
That's a good question.
I mean, if you want to make a lot of shit, you know what I mean? You don't necessarily need to be brilliant for that.
Right. Just like a factory line worker just stamping down on stuff. Like, yeah, but that's AI, dude. Like by 2050, we're going to have that covered.
Right.
You know,
we
we're
don't
chilling.
need humans to do that.
Yeah, we
you
need
know?
less humans.
See, 50. So they
Coming
said
from a guy that has
20
a
million.
podcast. we need all the important people.
We need less humans with podcast equipment. But 20 million people by 2050. They said they're not gonna be in Russia. They're gonna die
I
or
think
they're gonna
die.
leave?
I think it's an old population over there. Yeah.
It's an old population, and war, I think, is also probably
I was
part
gonna
of
say,
it.
is it because they assume we're gonna get nuked and that by 2050, at least 20 people will
Yeah.
die?
Are they just assuming that Ukraine's going to pull this thing out and they're just going to wipe out half of Russia? They're like, hang on a second. Wait, this might be bad.
I think they're like, we need to get ready for the next wave. If we want to take on
Right.
Poland next,
Right, yeah.
we're going to need another wave of...
Well, at least they're doing it
Teenagers.
with like people already in the country, and they're just like telling people, yeah, it's okay to have sex during break. But then when you look at Japan, you see what they're doing, where they're like inviting specifically African men to procreate with Japanese women
Really?
as to build better genetics, and I'm serious. Look
We
it
only
up.
put up 18 medals in the Olympics this
Like-
year. That is bullshit.
We
gotta
need
get
more
those numbers
Rui.
up.
We need more of those Rui Hachimura basketball players
Oh
in the
my God.
NBA. Have you seen this? The program welcomed 1,100 Africans.
Wait, where does it say that? Scroll
This
down.
is for studying, though.
Oh, this is for studying. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Studying. The second you make something a
No,
study,
see?
it's okay now.
Look, to help boost population growth. I guess
calls for
that
black
is
men to help
also
boost
on
population.
TikTok.
Yeah, this is a TikTok video, but...
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right. Grain of salt. Grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt.
But then I remember seeing a meme of like that headline, and then the next shot was just like this black dude with Goku hair or Naruto. She's just running like super fast towards Japan.
Oh my God. We had this girl in elementary school that used to run around like that. She was a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
Oh,
Whenever
yeah?
you'd be like, hey, I'm not going to say her name. Hey, so-and-so, come over here. She would just be like, okay. Oh,
That's
dude. She got bullied out of the
amazing.
school. Anyways.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine that's how she sucked dick too.
Oh, my God.
That'd be amazing.
She's really into bondage now. She likes having her arms tied behind her back. It's weird, yeah. She likes when I throw coins at her. It's weird. I don't know. It's a weird fetish.
That's crazy.
Okay.
All right, what else?
You're
you
1
got?
and
What
2.
else
This is
you
good.
got? All right.
This is comeback
I gotta
season.
tie it up. Here we go.
All right, next one we got here. Icelandic mayor apologizes after naming all of town's streets after ex-girlfriends.
Where all these streets run down with huge potholes in them.
She's for the streets.
That's great. That's great. It was just it was all for the streets.
Joke.
That's why, huh? All these bitches' names belong on the streets. Now, why would they be mad? Because, well, is it the community that was angry that he did that? Or was it the girls that...
I feel like as the community, you're like, fuck, this is the guy we voted in. He's naming streets after,
But who was angry? Like who reported that? And
all 92 people from this town. There's a lot of small towns in Iceland.
So how many streets exactly were there that were named?
Let's
Did
see.
they say?
I don't know, actually, to be honest with you.
Imagine
I think
like
we looked at the town on Google Maps and there was like maybe 10.
Oh, I was gonna say, imagine it was just 2. He only had 2 ex-girlfriends his whole life.
We got,
it's just 2. It's just 2 streets, man.
We got Arna,
Arna
Brianja. I don't even know how the fuck to
are
pronounce
these
these.
are these streets, avenues, crescents, boulevards?
A lot of crescents. You know what I'm like.
Or is it one of like the really shitty ones like Laneway?
Helga, Hilder. This guy got around, dude. Johanna,
A Johanna?
Lilja,
Liljav?
Asta. That means beautiful goddess. It's a lot to live up to.
Okay.
I do feel like people were mad because the streets presumably were named other things before that.
Probably.
And that like meant some shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that would get like if it's like my great grandfather, like
Yeah,
like
what were the
your
names?
great grandfather? Some former slave owner the street was named after. You're just changing it.
It's
for some
Iceland.
fraud. The fuck are we doing here, dude?
it's not Georgia.
See,
But
if
yeah,
that was
fair.
the case, cool. Why are you up in arms, man? They were former slave owner names.
It's Iceland. I don't know if that's
they didn't have.
I mean,
okay.
Vikings weren't great.
Yeah, it was
but, like,
Vikings.
I don't know if they had
This
evidence.
was my Viking ancestor.
Okay, fine. It was named after some dude. What do you want?
All
from
right,
me?
my bad.
That's all Vikings did back then.
I'm gonna say that one's false because you would need the approval of the community for that to go down.
Well, hang on. You got 30 seconds here.
Okay.
You got 30 seconds here.
All right.
Let
Hold
me.
on. Here's one more question.
I left out some details.
All right.
I'll let you go a little overtime on this one. The mayor's name is Brand Ari. Town's Keflock. And do you want to hear the statement
Yes.
he released? Actually, answer your question first before the time runs up.
Ask my question.
Yeah, ask your question first.
Oh, I forgot what the question was. Actually, my brain just farted.
I fucked you up there.
Yeah. No, I think it was it had to do with. No, I forgot.
So maybe it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Here's the statement. To the residents of our wonderful town, I owe you a heartfelt apology. In my enthusiasm to honor the people who have shaped my life, I realize now that naming all the town streets after my ex-girlfriends may not have been considerate or a sensible decision. What started as a nostalgic gesture has caused confusion, discomfort, and in some cases, some very awkward conversations. I failed to consider how this would affect the community, and for that, I am deeply sorry. This town district street names reflect our shared history and values, not my questionable dating history.
It'd be so funny
Humble.
if the only person that was pissed off, like the only reason it got flagged is because one of the ex-girlfriends that didn't get a name. It's like, what about me? How come you didn't give me a street? It's like, oh yeah, I hate that ex. And then she's the one that wrote the first letters in.
It doesn't count if I was hammered, all right?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Asta?
man.
All right,
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say people would have known if he was doing this because there's too many things, there's too much red tape to go through
There's too
in
much red
In the
tape.
town of
to change,
92
change,
people.
you know? You can't just be changing
All of
names
the
just like
street
that.
names?
All like 10 street names, like come on. But then he was the mayor.
He's the mayor.
In a
And
small town,
It is
Iceland.
Iceland, small
Iceland.
town. There's literally like 2 intersections.
Uh
Town is
Fuck it.
Keflavik.
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 Keflavik. Okay, this is the question I was gonna ask. What media source did you find this on?
I can't release that. That's going to give it away.
It is false.
My last question. Is it real? We're going false?
I'm going with false.
You're right, dude.
It's false.
Comeback season is on. That is a false headline. That is
false. That ain't
I got
real.
that headline from Chat GPT.
Create a fake headline. Is that what you asked us to do? That's a pretty good one. And then and then you just made sure to ask all the questions.
I was like, write a fake statement based off of this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
It was good. I would
it was
forgive that
close.
guy if that was his statement. I'd forgive him.
Were you inclined to go the other way or no? Was that just a straight
No, I knew it was
wire
fake.
to wire fake?
It was wire to wire fake because I just know how hard it is to change fucking names because we saw how hard it was to change the slave owner names in Ontario,
that's
in
true.
Toronto specifically. So like,
They did it though, right? Isn't Young Dundas Square now Sankofa Square?
yeah.
Is that already a thing, or is
It's
that
already
going
a
to
thing.
be a thing?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's just like
That's
it's just like the Sky Dome, though. You know, it'll always be the Sky Dome.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the
that's
Rogers
true.
Center.
But
I
that's
still-
a dope name. Toronto Metropolitan University. There's already University of Toronto. Like they could have done like a dope name. Sankofa Square is cool.
Yeah.
TMU is what they call it
get
now.
fucked.
But Ryerson University, man.
I mean, both are
Ryerson.
lame actually.
Yeah,
Both are lame.
yeah.
I feel like I still call it the ACC. I'll never call it Scotiabank.
Yeah, it ain't
the
Scotiabank,
ACC.
dude. It's Scotiabank. Come on,
Scotiabank.
Center.
Get the fuck
outta
outta
here.
Get
It's
the
fucking
fuck outta here.
ACC. You don't call, they didn't call Vince Carter. Oh, no.
Was it
that
Air Canada?
Yeah, Air. Oh, no, what was it? What? No, wow. Now my brain just farted.
Bro, or even
Damn.
Filipino? You don't even know your basketball
Air
references?
Canada. What did they call? No, they
Was
just
it
called
Chris
him Air
Bosh?
Canada.
No.
They
I thought
just called
they
him Air
called Vince
Canada.
Carter Air Canada.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
just Air Canada. Yeah,
I think it was just Air Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air Canada. That's what it was. Yeah, they didn't call. They can't call him like, it's
Scotiabank.
Scotiabank. Shoutouts to him though for getting his jersey retired by New Jersey on the 25th.
For
They just
real? New
announced it.
Jersey retired his number?
They're
Was he
gonna-
even good on New Jersey? I thought he was just good on
No,
Toronto.
he was good on New Jersey. Like when he left and played for them, they kept on. They beat us every time. He had his most playoff success in
Oh,
New Jersey,
crazy.
but he blew up in Toronto. So,
That's cool.
but I feel like New Jersey's doing that so that he'll retire with their jersey in the Hall of Fame.
I had a feeling some basketball talk would happen today.
Ah,
I don't want
of
to,
course,
not
of
to be
course.
racist, but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's why I wore my basketball tie.
Yeah, with this
Don't you love it?
ambiguous.
It's a ginger guy.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
my
is that
God.
is that like a ginger Steph Curry? That looks like if Larry Bird had a baby with freaking Steph
Kind of looks like,
and Brian Scalabrine.
yeah, yeah. It's like if Will Ferrell played Brian Scalabrine in a fucking remake.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be great.
All right, we got one more here.
All right, here we go.
Let's close it out. You're 2-2 right now.
This is the tiebreaker. We're going for the dub. Let's go.
California firefighter arrested for allegedly starting 5 wildfires.
California firefighter.
Mm-hmm. Purposefully started 5 fires while off duty. Robert Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
What was the guy's name from the Patriots again?
Aaron.
Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez. Yeah, that's him.
Hernandez.
My second favorite Hernandez.
Let's see. Let's see here. Did he was an actual firefighter? He was just off duty.
He was off duty 5 separate occasions, started 5 different fires just for fun on purpose.
How did they lead it back to him?
How did they lead it back to him?
Fake.
They're unaware yet of the causes of these fires.
I mean, here's the thing, man. The Maui wildfires.
Mhm.
Right? Have you ever spoken about that stuff
No.
on the podcast yet?
No.
Well, some say it was natural, and some say that it was Oprah's space lasers.
I thought it was Jewish. I thought it was Jewish space lasers.
No, but it was no, it's not
It was
Jewish. It was
Oprah's?
Oprah.
Oh,
Oprah's pretty much a
interesting.
black Jew, I think. I think.
Oh my god.
So I heard this funny theory. This conspiracy theory. Tinfoil hats on now, folks. All right. So apparently she wanted land around. Yeah, she owns like a bunch of land in Maui, and she wanted a specific area of land that she couldn't get. It was that area that got, burnt up into flames. And everyone's been saying, oh man, there were space lasers. This wasn't your normal fire. Because anything that was blue, because apparently the blue doesn't, someone with the infrared lasers doesn't touch anything that's blue. So like anything that was blue around that area survived the fire. So blue cars, anyways, all that being said, everyone's like, whose lasers? Like, who would do such a thing? And we were like, it was Oprah. People are like, people online truly believe, some people, that it was Oprah that did that. So yes, there are people that want to burn forests and start fires for whatever reasons.
I like that conspiracy a lot. I've never heard of that. You believe that one?
Yeah, no, I don't believe it. I mean, but there was this one article that spoke about Oprah having one of her assistants and just like her grounds workers count every tree in her estate. And
that's crazy.
He came back and was like, I think there's 372.
See, I'd be going nuts.
Right? But I think she don't like trees. Is what I'm saying.
We had a story a few months back about the guy that sent the Titan submarine that exploded.
Yeah.
So the co-founder of that company, he wasn't part of the company when that happened. He started it, but then he left before then.
Yeah.
He wants to now send people to space instead of the ocean. So we were joking around like, who would you want to send to space? And I was saying Oprah, but then I took it back because I was like, I want her to be on Earth when she gets caught. Because that shit's coming, dude.
Man.
You ever see those photos on Twitter? It's like, holy shit. It's like her shaking hands with like Weinstein, Diddy, Epstein. Like all these guys.
Dude, did you see that video that Diddy had made with like the kid on his lap? It's been resurfacing, and he's just like going through the list, and he made it seem like, well, they're saying that famous guest list that he's saying of who's coming to the party is just him scaring all those people, saying, remember, you are on the list of people that did the fucked up shit. Justin Bieber, so-and-so, J-Lo, whatever. Also, like, just some sly, don't fuck around. You know who you are. You coming down with me he said Mark Wahlberg, he said Justin.
Mark Wahlberg, eh?
There's a whole bunch of people he mentioned.
No.
Yeah.
That's the one you're the most upset about?
Feel the vibration. Feel it.
No, not the white savior racist from Boston. No, not Mark Wahlberg.
Not our
Fuck, dude. I think it's crazy that it's just coming out now. Like, if everyone knew about this shit, why did it take so long for like it to leak?
It's because
you would think someone would have said something by now.
One of the members of making of the band, I forget his name, but remember the band that Diddy sent on a long walking mission to buy some cheesecake for him when he was doing making of the band? It was one of the older MTV reality shows that he produced to try and find talent. But one of the contestants was like, yeah, man, it was bound to catch up because he had to continuously cover up lies and bring more people into it to continue covering up his own lies.
Wow.
And by trying to fuck other people's lives up purposely, getting them drugged, getting something on them to blackmail them, like that was what he had to continuously do to make sure he didn't go to jail. So imagine, just to survive from going down, you got to like do as much as you can to bring down everybody with you to prevent yourself from getting pulled down.
Yeah, it's now literally some Epstein type shit.
It's super Epstein-ish. He's the black Epstein. He's
what a brutal title to have.
Right? The black Epstein. But
no one's calling Epstein
bro.
the white Diddy, That could be the new nickname.
That could be the white Diddy.
White Diddy.
I like that. I like that for Epstein. But
I like that for Epstein.
The similarities are there, especially when Diddy commits suicide. Did you see that? He's on suicide watch in quotes.
Suicide. Yeah, we'll see.
Someone's gonna kill him.
And the fact that he was like, even 50 mil, that wasn't enough for him to get bailed out. They're like, no, sorry.
That's crazy. I didn't see that. That's wild.
Well, they offered 50. They said it was bail is set at 50 mil, and he mortgaged one of his mansions, and they wouldn't let him go. They're like, nah, fuck your 50 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Well, his PR team is probably putting out some fires.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Hey!
Speaking of fires, back to this story. So what do you think?
Fake.
Fake? That's a true story, bro.
I knew it, Oprah. It was you. It was you, Oprah, this whole time.
Apparently, it's a thing that, what was it, over 100 firefighters have been caught causing fires. It's just a thing in the firefighting community to like start fires.
Yeah, there was a study that came out that's like just judging based on like police reports and new media reports that around 100 firefighters start fires each year, commit arson each year.
For the sake of
Just
showing that they're needed and they're a necessity.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a thing of like job stability.
I feel so.
I feel like it's just like you like fire. You know what I mean?
That's probably why you become a firefighter too. Is because
Yeah.
you're probably like a pyro, and you're definitely the kid that lit insects on fire and shit. But like,
And is it accidental fires, or they're like, you know,
Always
like,
needed
here, let's
to do
fuck
that
around and
shit.
see if we can put this. Oh shit! Go, run! And like they run away because they're like, fuck.
I think it's a
Or is it
power
like-
thing. You know what I mean? Like being a firefighter, starting a fire, knowing you could put it out, but just watching that shit. You know what I mean? Knowing you're the only guy close by that can put that shit out. Probably gets a sexual release off of it. It's probably his kink, you know?
What a kink, huh?
this is a crazy post.
I feel like one time he was making love with his lady, and it was like super romantic, candlelit surrounding
Yeah.
all of them. And then one of the candles tipped, blanket caught on fire, and that's the moment where he came. So now he can only come when there's a fire nearby. So then he just starts fires all the time.
Or maybe his villain origin story comes from him getting an STD that burns so bad that he's like, I'm burning all you down with me.
He goes to piss on a fire, it just becomes worse. Like it just adds more flames.
I feel like
I think you're just a pyromaniac.
Yeah.
If you want to be a firefighter. So like maybe they just like fire so much when they're off duty, they're like, fuck it, let's just start fires. Or it could be a job security thing, like prove that we're needed, even though no one's saying that we should be defunding firefighters.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone be like,
Defund the fire department.
it's also
Red Lives
I've
Matter.
seen like 2 fires my whole life. Do
Yeah.
we really need these guys?
Yeah.
Come on. 100 fires a year started by firefighters is a lot, though, because I'm not even kidding. I see like maybe 1 fire every 2 years.
yeah. There's a whole Wikipedia article about this. Firefighter arson is a persistent phenomenon involving a very small minority of firefighters who are also active
A
arsonists.
small elite group of firefighters.
I do wonder though, like this isn't in the story, but in California, a lot of the times for those wildfire like crews, they will like bring inmates out of jail. Obviously, this isn't the case because this guy was off duty starting fires. But I do wonder if there's some overlap there. Like that's just like a thrill-seeking thing.
Well, think about it like this. The police create more crime. So the firemen
Create more fires.
create more fires.
I actually think
And that's why the doctors create more health issues. And that's why the food companies create more sugar-filled processed foods to continue funneling patients through the health system.
so let the Hollywood elites
So that the
can
Hollywood
have
elites-
sweeter blood to drink.
While they're watching the fireworks through Oprah's space lasers burning down Maui. But no, I don't.
Full circle.
Listen, people that have a product need the problem. You know, they need people that have a service need the problem to exist in order for them to make money off of it. And for them, you know, so like once it like perfect example. What was that? The people that made light bulbs, General Electric, I feel like they have a light bulb that lasts forever. But if they
Release it.
if they sold batteries that lasted forever, they would be out of business
Yeah.
because no one would ever need.
Unless they work out some sort of subscription based model. Or if you don't pay, your monthly payment.
Yeah.
They just they come to your house and they take your
the
light bulbs
away. General Motors sabotaged a whole bunch of like railway public transportation plans in the U.S. so that they could sell more tires. And Firestone, I think it was the two.
It's kind of like how us over here, we need people to rent out our studio to podcast, so we encourage just white trash people to crank out more kids. So that 15 years from now, we know
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have 18 different burner accounts that are just alpha male content, encouraging 16 to 24-year-old men everywhere to start podcasts.
Dude, the podcasts that I be seeing that because I'm not even into the podcast world. But then when my boys think like I care about the podcasts they watch, send me clips. I'm just like, please don't send me this stuff, man. I don't want to know this about you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to, because they're so revealing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this is what you're sending me, that's for sure how you think.
Because you're spending like an hour with that person listening to them, you know?
But then I wonder, does this person think I'm like that? And that's why they're sending me these
They think
things?
like, oh, normal like this.
Yeah. And
It's
I'm
just
like,
Jordan
wait.
Peterson. Jordan Peterson greatest hits compilation.
The amount of Andrew Tate
Awesome.
shit my boys send me, I'm like,
No,
damn,
dude.
fuck, do I need new friends? No, but like,
Dude, the best is when I go home to my mom's and then I go into the basement to watch YouTube on the big screen.
mhm.
And when I type it, I go to search something on YouTube. It's just all like Andrew Tate stuff. And I'm like, it's my mom, my sister, and my stepbrother. I wonder who that could be.
Trying to be the real man of the house.
You having your own podcast, though, check it out, Extra Gravy.
Extra gravy.
Do you find when you started the before you started podcasting, did you consume podcasts, first of all?
No.
Now that you make podcasts, do you consume podcasts?
No.
I feel like before I started making like this show, I would watch a bunch of podcasts.
Mhm.
And then now that I do them, I like never watch podcasts.
Here's the
I don't
thing.
even consume online content. Sometimes I literally just go on the apps to post a clip and then I get the fuck out.
you
I
get
don't even
out.
know what's going on there.
Because you're so entrenched in your own shit that it's like, why do I need to consume other shit? But I find with the stuff that I watch, I only watch podcasts. Like I never listen to them. I only watch them when they're interviewing people I enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't care to listen to one person's ideologies and opinions over and over and over again. I just I'm a very random. My life is a shuffle playlist. Like 1 minute it's this, 1 minute it's that.
Deep, bro.
It's whatever, you know.
Damn.
So
That hit
when
deep.
life is a shuffle a playlist on shuffle. You just know 1 minute it's Michael Bolton, the next minute
Michael
it's John
Bolton.
Cicada, and then you got Playboy Cardi. Like
That's a crazy pull.
you
Like
never
the
know.
cool 80-year-old in 2070.
Yeah.
Life's just like a shuffled playlist, bro.
Of
What's a
all of-
playlist?
What's a playlist? Y'all had lists? I wonder how
I just have an algorithm synced up to my brain.
you still listen to music? You mean to tell me it's not playing in your brain already?
Yeah.
You still use headphones? This guy listens through speakers. They're not even in his head right now.
Yo, that's so retro, bro. Yo, are those AirPods? Yo,
AirPods.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
This guy doesn't even have the built-in speakers yet.
But yeah, I find I don't really even listen to podcasts anymore. Because I find now when I listen to a show, the first 15 minutes, I'm like, this sucks. But I
Yeah.
look at the view count and I'm like, this is pissing me off now.
Yeah.
Because that's not my view count. And then I get all fucking frustrated. I turn
Yeah,
it off.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, wait, is my show even good? And I'm like, no, come on, man. And then I just get depressed and then jerk off. So it's just a, you know.
While
It's a
Fresh and
circle.
Fit plays.
Yeah.
Oh, if only. Man, podcasts to me they're like, you know, I used to love Howard Stern. I used to listen to Howard Stern's show all the time. And that to me is what a podcast is now. It was just rebranded. It was just like a podcast of the new radio shows,
Yeah.
but with less restrictions because it's not on a
It's way
network
easier to
or
get it,
anything,
yeah.
right? So But
you just got to buy a $40 mic and you have a podcast.
dude, I remember, speaking of Diddy, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about the story. So I'm working in San Diego and part of my uncle's carpeting company, and we would always listen to Howard Stern on the radio. And then I'd come home, and sometimes there'd be the Howard Stern episodes on TV, right? And there's this one episode with Diddy, okay? Diddy's just there, they're interviewing him, and Howard Stern's like, all right, because this is when he's dating, he just finished, him and J-Lo just broke up. So he's like, all right, so how's that ass? J-Lo got, that was, her ass was
Howard Stern asked that?
Yeah. He's like, come on.
Howard Stern's a freak, dude.
He's like, how's that ass? Was it a good ass? She's like, yeah. And he goes, did you ever do anal? And then he's like,
wild.
Hey, man, I respect you. No comment. We can't, whatever. He was trying to like dodge it the whole time. And then he was like, all right. And then he'd come back to it, allude back to it. Like, so, come on, did you fuck her in the ass or what? He's like, hey, man, come on, And then finally,
what a wild question to ask someone.
And as we're listening, we're all laughing, right? And then finally, he goes, okay, you don't have to tell the world. Just give me a sign, wink at me, do something after I ask you the question. Did you fuck J-Lo in the ass? And all of us stopped. And we're just like waiting to hear. We didn't hear nothing. He's like, okay, that's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. Someone's like, oh, I can't wait to see the episode. Oh man. And at the episode, you just see me like, you just did one of these, like. And he admitted to fucking J-Lo and that $1 million insured ass. And now all I could think of is how many bottles of baby oil was used in that ass fucking. Sean Johnson and Johnson.
Oh my God.
Yo, you remember his clothing line, Sean John?
No.
Oh man, that's an old reference. He had a clothing line called Sean John. Ooh, that's an ill flip. Just to have Sean Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, especially these days.
Yeah.
Howard Stern's kind of a weird guy. I saw that. Did you ever see him do blackface?
What?
Yeah, you ever Google Howard Stern blackface, and then he said the N-word like 30 times in like a monologue, like a skit.
On CNN. Sick.
Where is it? You got to see the photo though. Did they you just go to Google Images?
Yeah.
It's got to be there. No way he scrubbed all of it.
Oh, and it's a young Howard too.
Yeah, look at that. He's got like proper blackface too, like the white around the lips, Proper
blackface.
Yeah.
Not with Whoopi Goldberg beside him.
Yeah.
No, not you.
So
Whoopi.
I think what it was it was a roast of Whoopi Goldberg, and she at the time was dating the guy from Cheers, Ted Danson. And Howard Stern and Ted Danson both did blackface and did like jokes where they both said the N-word like too many times.
Wow.
Whoopi Goldberg came out after and said that she wrote most of the jokes for Ted Danson, but people think that's like her just trying to like take some of the edge off.
I can see like Kramer being like, but what about Howard?
Yeah. Kramer's like, I didn't even have blackface on when I did it. How did I get canceled? That's why I always find it funny when Howard Stern has all these super like liberal statements that he throws out on the internet. Because I'm like, dude, you literally did blackface.
Yeah.
Like I've heard you say the N-word.
Also, you pressed Diddy for like 25 minutes about whether or not you fucked.
Yeah, dude. Like,
that's crazy. I don't know how this guy is still.
Yeah.
But the lips are crazy.
The lips are
bro.
wild. Ted Danson is fun. Look up Ted Danson black. There's so many celebrities that have done blackface.
It says jeers.
I got in a weird wormhole. I think I talked about this a few episodes ago, where I got into like other celebrities that have done blackface. You ever seen?
Oh no, wait, that's with George Jefferson too. The dude from Amen.
I don't know. The guy on the right.
Yeah. He allowed that too. How could they?
The good old days, eh? Back in the 90s.
Good old 90s when racism was just authentic.
It's good stuff.
There's a lot of, oh man. Did you know, do you like licorice? You guys fuck with?
No, my mom loves licorice.
Twizzlers and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Remember Nibs?
Yeah.
So, there's a racist past to Nibs?
Really?
Yeah. Look up Nibs racist past.
Oh my God.
So apparently...
What does the NI and NIBS stand for?
Right? Okay. So back in the day, remember licorice? What was its original color?
Black?
Black licorice, right? So now, when they
Oh God. Oh no.
when they would hunt for alligators in the South, they would tie the slaves of black the babies of black slaves to like a tree to lure in the crocodiles.
Bro, what the fuck?
Right. To eat on the niblets. Or the I can't say the other letter.
Yeah.
But let's just call them the niblets, okay? And you'll see crocodile, like you'll see, if you look at crocodile candies or something, you'll see it's just like a cartoon picture of like a little black baby like smiling, crawling, and a alligator with its eyes open getting ready to eat it, right? Just put, racist candy. Alligator bait, there you go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
So, Nibs has the racist.
That's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why they're red now too, because they had to change the color of their company.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Good
it's
Lord.
pretty crazy.
Wow. This is an educational podcast.
Yeah,
now.
even there when I was in Asia, there's this toothpaste called Darling, right? And it's just this picture of this man's face, smile, like this esteemed man, but they're like, there's a dark history. You go back, it's actually a blackface, a man in blackface, and they used to call it darking, or no, it was called Darlie now, but they used to call it darky. And it's just a picture of a black man smiling to show that your teeth will be so white it'll be like the teeth of a black man while he's smiling. Like the contrast of that is how white your teeth will be.
Someone in like the marketing team back then thought they were cooking with that.
Yeah.
They're like, like, yo, it's just gold. It's gonna sell.
Type in darky toothpaste. No, IE.
There it is.
Yeah.
Originally known as.
Originally known as darky toothpaste.
Oh my God.
And that's in Asia, bro. That was even like.
Oh my God. What year is that? It's like 08.
19 this is 88. That's not even that long ago. This in the 80s,
bro.
they were still doing this.
Late
bro.
80s, bro.
Late 80s.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
oh my
nuts,
God.
man. Just some Muay Thai swing kicks and dark charcoal toothpaste.
No, dude.
What does it say?
The
They
distributor,
changed it in 21?
the distributor announced the Chinese name of the brand will be changed from Black Person Toothpaste to Howlai.
in March 2022.
They just changed it 2 years ago.
A little
There
late.
we go in China.
Bro,
You know,
It wasn't even during like the 2020 BLM movement. Like they got through that.
Yeah.
Leaving the name as is, and then they waited a couple of years.
they're like, you know what? Stop Asian hate. Black Lives Matter. Okay, fine. Let's do
Black
it.
person toothpaste.
Black
Oh my
person
God.
toothpaste.
Before we close out, you mentioned that before we recorded there was a story you wanted to share potentially
A story.
about Hassan.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, speaking of God, I was doing a show at the Gladstone Theater
Okay.
for my boy Hassan Fills. Shout outs to him, killing it in the game right now. Office Movers coming out very soon. He was headlining his show, and I was his host. And it was a show during Ramadan, so there's this, and he pulls out like generally a Muslim crowd.
Yeah.
And just before we were about to start the show, everybody was in their seats. Hassan invites everybody down to pray before the show. So everyone comes down to the stage. Everyone's praying. The women go to the back green room. They start praying. And myself, the one Christian dude, is just like looking at everybody being one with God. And I'm just like this one backsliding Seventh-day Adventist Christian heathen that's just like standing there looking how far I was from God. And I just started bawling like crazy because I was like, oh my God, I'm just, God. It was such a beautiful situation, but also like sad in that moment. I don't know why it came over me like that. But then once everybody got up and went back up to their seats, they're like, all right, Norm, you ready to start the show? And I'm just like, all right, let's do it. And I went up there with my tears, and because everyone saw me like crying already, and I was just like, all right, guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for having me here tonight. I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't think you realize how hard it is to follow a law. Like, that is who I had to follow. I had to follow God in that moment. Like, imagine God's your opener.
And now you still don't follow God.
And I try my best. Honestly, after that moment, I made a U-turn and started like going back towards
God,
spirituality and what God could be. And I was like, all right. So opening up for God was a life-changing moment, and it happened here in beautiful Ottawa.
Let's go.
So
God is here, man,
all the time.
Yeah. No, Hassan's shows are funny because it's impressive because his crowd is like 98% Muslim people, so no one's drinking.
No one's drinking.
So
no
it's
alcohol.
all straight sober laughs for an hour.
And
yeah,
I did one of his shows in
and
Toronto.
it's not even like he's doing like a lot of Muslim material.
No.
It's just good old fashioned, just normal comedy.
Well, because
like,
he also
jokes about
knows
all
them.
types of things. Yeah.
He knows that they don't want crash shit. He knows that they don't want to hear like dirty filth. I remember at this one show, it was predominantly Muslims. I asked, hey, honest question, but is eating vagina halal? You know, is vagina halal? Can you eat it? Like, you know? And then this woman's like, yeah, if it's your husband. I'm like, wicked. So if it's your husband's vagina, it's halal. So as long as you have a husband with a vagina, then it's halal. Okay, check. You know? Like that was the funny part. But there was like a moment of like, hey, you know. But when I was able to like flip it on them, they started laughing. But I could already feel like the tension when you try to go there with them.
I've performed once in front of Muslims because there was another guy that brought out a big Muslim crowd, and I opened for him. It was tough. It was tough because it was like my like I don't know like one of my first like 15 sets.
Yeah.
So when you start out, it's just all sexual type humor.
Yeah.
So I'm just
in
like
front of conservative Muslims.
So like my first time jerking off was
no, you can't do that.
It was brutal. It was brutal. So yeah, you went from following God, and now tonight you're following a magician.
Now I'm opening for a magician. I'm opening for a magician. I follow God.
So funny, dude.
You know, it's crazy, man. The type of people I've opened up for. Like this one time, I was doing a Zoom conference for Ryerson University for their business faculty, and when they hired me, they asked me, "All right, do you want to follow the meditation session or go before it?" I'm like, let me wake those motherfuckers up after meditations. Be like, hey, what up? You ready to laugh? Boom. So like, okay, cool. I go into the Zoom meeting.
I feel like it's a terrible
decision. And there's like 3 minutes left in their meditation, and I look to see who's what's going on, and it's Deepak Chopra running the meditation.
Who's that?
He's like one of the OGs of meditation and whatever. He's like, anyway, you can look him up, Deepak Chopra. I'm like, wait, I have to wake these people up from a Deepak Chopra meditation? Like, they came on. I'm like, all right, how y'all feeling? And it was like, enlightened. And I'm just like, God, now I got to tell you dick jokes? Like, fuck. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So picture this, a Toronto man haunted house. The door squeaks open.
Can you imagine a fucking Toronto haunted house? Where the door just opens like, yo, don't kill me, Mom, I'm dead. And instead of Dracula in the back going, ha, 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 it's just a road band going, yo, yo, lick me a Tony if I'm trying to get a patty, dog.
You're like, what the fuck?
All right, now let's breathe through your nose. I should have went before.
Oh, man, thanks for joining the show,
Thank
man.
You for
we tried it out
always.
first time doing this
I
format.
like the format.
Really? You like
dope.
that?
Yeah.
You know, you've done both sides now. You know what I mean? So I don't know which one you like.
Yeah. Those kind of sides.
Hey, no Diddy.
Hey, no Diddy.
But dude, thanks for coming on the show, man. Is there anything you want to plug before we close out?
Look out for me, Ottawa. Look out for me, world. Big Norm coming to your city anytime. I don't know when, but sometime soon.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Big Norm, man.
Blessings and salutations, bro. Thank you.
I like that.
Gang.
Peace.
Therefore, down to the wire means the very last possible moment or to the very end.